How many of you guys like the sport of football? Whether it's watching the game or playing the game with 10 other guys. I too love the sport, and I've played it for many years here at Wadena Deer Creek, and I'll never regret it nor forget it. So many young adults don't realize how much an NFL football player actually makes. So many people enjoy the sport but don't realize that most football players go broke shortly after retirement. And this strikes me. If you have a sibling, parent, etc., who may have a non-curable illness like cancer or type 1 diabetes, here's a solution that may help that organization to find a cure. I've played the game for many years. I have a background, you could say, in the game, but I don't have it in the NFL. I'm not that good. I also have a little brother. He has type 1 diabetes. We found out when he was only 6 years old, and this bothered me deeply. It bothered me that he was sick and I couldn't do anything about it. Me or my family. We just couldn't cure him. The NFL players make millions. They make millions and end up going broke instead of helping diabetic research or cancer research. This concerned me to the point to where I wanted to do some digging. And I did do some digging. I've been researching for a couple months now. And I've came up with today's speech. Today, I'll bring to you some very important concerns about NFL football players and how much they earn and don't, and I'll be telling you guys about them going broke after retirement. Specifically, I will be showing you the problems with NFL football players getting paid way too much. And the cause of all of this, overpaid salaries. Who could believe it? Solution, in this case, I say less money or donate to an organization. That's the simplest way to put it. I'll get in more depth with it, don't you worry. Today's world, NFL players get paid too much. That's the problem, straight out. With money increases, it just makes a bigger and bigger problem. Average NFL player gets paid $2.1 million. Yes, you heard it correctly, $2.1 million. NFL football players go broke after retirement. I know it's hard to believe, but I'll get to it in a little bit. According to Steinberg Lay, who dedicated 40 years of his passion to athletics. Lack of awareness of how rapid a career can end, the athlete forgets that the current rate of the compensation is not going to last and can be terminated by injury or anything else. Spending habits assumed that the revenue will come forever. Shocker, it doesn't. Money doesn't grow on trees, guys. 80% of NFL football players are going broke. Yes, 80%. Here are some statistics on other careers compared to average salaries of an NFL football player. According to Mueller Chris, CEO of Bleacher Reports, the highest paid doctor, $500,000. The highest paid astronaut, $107,000. A lawyer with 11 plus years of experience, $170,000. A good car salesman, $70,000. And a household here in the U.S., a whopping $54,000. Mueller 2012. an annual salary of an average NFL football player is $2.1 million. And this is the main reason why they're going broke. The cause of this problem, they're getting paid. They're getting paid, and compared to other jobs, they're getting paid compared to other jobs way too much. According to Callaway Chris started writing professionally in 2017. Sports editor of the Requite as a University of Wisconsin graduate, and has a Bachelor of Arts in English and Communication. The career of an average NFL football player tends to be short. The NFL is extremely competitive. The average career of an NFL football player only lasts 3.3 years. Yes, that's short. They leave for multiple reasons: retirement, injury, and also the NFL is a very competitive sport. So you always got to deal with incoming athletes. Since NFL football players live a large amount of their lives, or don't live a large amount of their lives with this sort of money, they tend to gain some bad spending habits. According to Buddha Nate, founder and manager of Trade Rumors, the average age in the NFL is 16 years old. 26 years old. It's 26 years old. The average number of 30-year-olds and up per team is 7. Buddha 2017. So, 53 men in an NFL team roster. That's 18% of the men are 30 and up. Now, the rest of that are the younger guys. And those are the guys that are going broke. That's the 80% that we talked about earlier. They are going broke because young adult men at this age can't save money as well as women. And they're actually worse. They go on crazy shopping sprees like, oh, I want a car. Oh, I want a house. Oh yeah, I want 3 other cars. The way I see it, the solution to this problem is athletes in the NFL need a salary reduction, or a percentage of the salary goes to a non-profit organization. The reduced salary earnings should be at the same amount as a lawyer, $170,000. On this salary, you can still afford a house, a car, and a couple extras. But this will not stop them from spending money. You can't stop a kid from spending money. I mean, come on, let's be honest. Next, there are already athletes donating to a good cause. Tom Brady, for an instance. Tom Brady started to give to less fortunate organizations. Now, this is how it should be nationwide. According to Purcell Maryland, founder and editor of A Look to the Stars, Tom Brady actively raises funds for the Best Buddies International, which it helps kids with development disabilities by pairing them with friends and mentors. Tom Brady recently donated $170,000 to the organization Tom Brady Football Challenge, awarded to one winning donor the opportunity to play with Brady in a touch football game. Purcell 2015. Today I brought some important topics to your attention. Example: NFL football players should earn less money, otherwise they're going to go broke. How they are overpaid and have nothing to spend it on except for unneeded items. More specifically, why they shouldn't get paid as much, or at the very least, donate it back into the community or in an organization like cancer research or diabetic research. I guess I just have one more question left for you today. Would you reduce your salary if you were an NFL football player and have your salary and would you reduce your salary if you were an NFL football player and have the saved money go to an organization to help your siblings, parents, etc., or would you do nothing and let the disease run its course? The choice is up to you. Thank you.